I am on a sketchy ladder. I'm going to sit my little tushy on this steel and show you up here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. After what? Like almost 2 months, finally back to uploading. My God, I feel rusty. It feels weird talking to the camera. If you've ever tried out social media before, like talking to the camera for the first time, that's what it feels like. It just feels awkward. But it has been a busy first quarter, and I'm going to tell you why I didn't upload. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good reasons, to be fair. So, in no particular order, we moved house. Property Bros Removal Company. Me and Lauren got married.
You're blooming married to your husband of life. You may celebrate.
I never said how much I love you. I never said 'cause I thought you knew. I never said how much I loved you.
So, now a husband. It's pretty fucking awesome. It was the best day ever, man. It was the best day ever. Put a deposit down for a dog.
Hanging out with dogs, and I'm like, that's what you want.
That is
exactly who you want to look after your dogs.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, he is adorable.
And his name's going to be Ted. Teddy bear. Little push-on puppy. Secured another project for a client. Won an auction for that one. On the final 20 seconds now. This is what happened last time though, man, that we got down to here. And then got down to like what, 3 seconds? I swear to fucking God. Here we go. 7, 6, 5. This would be cruel. Let's do it. Oh my God. Yes. Fucking yes. Boom. That was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things. I was in Starbucks and it was just hyper nerve-wracking. First ever auction, but nailed it, and we can crack on. That is due to complete on or before the 29th of April. And it's a 56-day completion for a 6-bed HMO conversion, 5 studio rooms, 1 ensuite room. Some of the rooms over 20 square meters. Absolute beast of a property. Very excited to start that one. Now, I say 56-day completion. Now, with my team, solicitor and all that stuff, I know that they can do that. If anything, the solicitor's already done. He emailed me the other day saying he's pretty much done everything on his side. It's just the lending. So the lenders, they're all in check on their side as well. They're doing pretty well. So if it's 56 days, you might be able to do it, you know. You could do it. So this has opened my eyes to a whole new market of properties that I otherwise would have skipped, which is great, very exciting, man. And we're now in Q2. I'm pretty sure there's other things that have happened, but those are pretty big things. Just back from the honeymoon yesterday, well, like a mini honeymoon. You know, we got a main honeymoon where we'll go around Asia and stuff later on, but that was a mini honeymoon just to get away, just to have a bit of a breather, which is exciting. And this quarter, what am I wanting to do this quarter? Well, the first quarter, I initially wanted it to be like a very business-focused quarter. However, those things did take up a lot of my time, like the personal things. And you know what? I don't regret a fucking second. I'm really happy that I was able to maintain the business and achieve those incredible things in my personal life. Very lucky in that sense. So now it's a business-heavy quarter. Back on YouTube, I'm going to get back on Instagram, back on all of that, because I really want to take it to the next level. There's things that I'm bringing in-house, which I'm really excited about, and it's only for clients. I'll tell you about that another time. And this quarter I'm wanting to do a couple more for clients, one for myself, I mean HMO conversions, obviously for working professionals. And this is it, and that's that, man. What are we doing today? We are going to Project Bold. I don't know if I've shown you around Project Bold yet. I've definitely shown you me finding it. I think there's like a property thumbnail where I'm in the loft looking for and I'm submitting offers on them. If you've been a long-time viewer, you would have seen me view it, offer on it, and all that stuff. So now we're in week 4 or 5 of the renovation. Now we've had a couple hiccups couple hiccups, a couple problems already. And I think it was like week 1 or week 2 they were discovered. So we'll go through those and we'll go through how we solve them. You'll definitely need to know how to solve these because it is pretty common in the old Victorian style buildings. So, because they're so old. So definitely stick around to watch how we are overcoming that. But we've overcame it now, I'd say, and we're plowing on now. So this is a 5 studio, 1 ensuite HMO, and I'm extremely excited to show you around this one. The rip out has been done, and we're now putting in new floor and getting ready for the dormer to go up. It's Easter Friday, so I'm hoping there's lads on site, but I won't hold them to it since it is Easter Friday, innit? Right, I will see you there. Yes, troops, look at this. Now, I was here 2 weeks ago and I could go upstairs, I thought I was going to be able to show you around, and obviously I can't. Now, I don't know if I've shown you full in-depth Project Bold. Now, this was a two-bed mid-terraced house, and I want you to really pay attention to why we were able to get it a 5-bed, okay? Now, this was the old living room here, dining room here. The stairs were going up, you can see the stair line. So the stairs were going up there like that. That was the old bathroom. This was a bedroom here. You can see where the stairs are, the new stairs are going, the U-shaped staircase. And that was a bedroom there. And the kitchen was here. It's all been propped up by acros at the moment. Now, I was going to show you, like, crack. There's a couple cracks, basically. A couple cracks. And we're using Helifix bars to secure them. Welcome. Can you see that? Welcome. Yeah, we're using Helifix bars to secure them and getting it all sorted, getting all back together. So the chimneys here, you can see they've been taken out all the way up. Same with there, all the way up. And a problem that's been presented to me today is this. We're leaving this floor in, by the way. So this first floor ceiling, leaving it in. Because we didn't need to drop both floors because there's a lot of head height. However, this floor is 80 mil out of plumb. Basically, it's tilted like that, so it's not level, and it'll cost a few £100 to bring it back like that, nice and level. And you do notice that sort of thing. You do notice it, but keep an eye out for it whenever you're doing old Victorian style houses, because first time I've come across it, but worth factoring in. Who knows? Now, I wonder if I can go up. I've not been up. This does look dodgy. This does look well dodgy. I don't know, there's the basement down there. If I'm going to fall, I'd rather fall here. You know what I mean? So let's see what we're dealing with. Right. Recording. Right, let's see up here. Oof. I don't know if I want to stand on this, you know. It's a steel. Seems like boys have been up here. Right, I'm not going to do it. But I am on a sketchy ladder. I'm going to sit my little tushy on this steel and show you up here. So you can see here the first floor, or the second floor, sorry, joists have been installed. I don't know if you can see that is where the old floor line was. They've been dropped, and that allows more room in the loft up there. We're going to be doing an L-shaped dormer next week, which is really exciting. The L-shaped dormer allows a studio style room to go up there, and the only ensuite room will be at the top there in the loft as well. So what was I saying that you were needing to look out for? Basically, the width of this first floor, we've got an alleyway under here, but the width of this house even, but mainly the first floor, because it goes over the alleyway, that's almost 5 meters, right? Now this room that I'm going to be in, this, you can see here is where the stairs are. So the room here is going to go across here, then the ensuite in there, and then the second half, like where those two windows are, is going to be another room. They're going to be like 19 square meters, by the way. 19 square meters because of the width of the house. So almost 5 meters. If you're seeing a house and it's like that, then you have a strong chance of being able to get in a studio in the L-shaped dormer as well, because you can't build all the way to the boundary in the L-shaped dormer. So the L-shaped dormer room is almost always, or will be, smaller than the room underneath it. So if this one's 19 square meters, That one's looking to be about 15 square meters, maybe 16 square meters. Do you know what I mean? So knock off about 3 or 4 square meters and then you'll see. But look at this, man. Look at this. This is a dream. I'm back. I feel back. I feel ready to like take on 2026 again. This is insane. Another thing I wanted to show you is the plans. Now, this is what I was talking about. You'll be able to see it properly here. You've got, this is the front bedroom, 15.6 square meters, which is great. And then you've got the kitchen, 13 square meter bedroom at the back, which is a studio style room, 19.5 square meters here, 19 square meters at this one, 15 square meters here, 9.5 ensuite room there. So that kind of illustrates a little bit better for you how we are achieving this is what it's going to end up look like at the end. So take from that what you will, Trips. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. I've got a few topics that I want to talk about. So let's hope I remember them all. First, well, I've got, I think, 3 topics. One is the reality of being a business owner, even when you're on holiday and all that stuff. These are in no particular order. Second one is you're only as strong as your weakest link, and you really have to acknowledge pipeline, like seriously acknowledge your pipeline. And 3 is the mentality that I'm struggling with at the moment of being in property and the business and stuff like that, that I feel like a lot of people struggle with and I don't feel like a lot of people talk about. So I'm going to try and cram this into like a digestible clip, you know, maybe like 10 minutes or so. Let's just get on with this. So the first one was basically being a business owner and the reality of being a business owner. Now, I obviously had my wedding, moved house, went on like a mini honeymoon for like 10 days, and done other bits and bobs in my personal life that are just lifelong goals hit, you know, like lifelong goals hit. And essentially, throughout the honeymoon, like I got married on the Saturday, from like, so up until the Friday, from like the Tuesday onwards, I was working. Problems still came up. And I think that a lot of people, I solely run my company. So a bit of context there. It's not like I have loads of staff and there's something wrong, right? I solely run my company for now. And essentially, a lot of people might be like you might be doing that. And if you want to get the property and you want to get the business within property, you might be experiencing this as well. And that's when you go on holiday and you do all these like fun things and you want to get time off, you aren't going to get it. Problems come up. And I want to make it explicitly clear that I like being on top of things whilst I'm away. I like doing the phone calls. I like doing the messages, the emails. I do block times. It's not like I'm sat in front of my computer all day and stuff. You know, that's not what I do. But I do block times where I can get it done. And I like that feeling. See, when I woke up in the morning and I caught up on things in the morning, and then in the evening I caught up on more things and stuff. I love that, gave me energy. I loved it. It set me up for the day. I got really excited and I fucking loved that I was able to work remotely and I was able to stay on top of things remotely. You know, I didn't have to be here. I could be away, staying on top of things, looking for deals and all that stuff, getting clients and that, you know? Like, that is an incredible, incredible feeling. And it made me realize, oh shit, maybe I could go away more rather than sacrifice it, like making sure that I don't go away and have to stay. Maybe I could go away more, maybe not for that long at a time, but maybe I could go away a week at a time, you know? I could do stuff like that and stay on top of things a bit more. But I think it's important for me to tell you that when you go away, you aren't going to get that true time off. And I understand your partner may be like, oh, you're not taking a laptop, we're going away for 2 weeks, like, and you're like, oh, I can't do that. Like, I'm very blessed that my wife supports me and she understands that, like, I have to work whilst I'm away and that's okay, you know? Plus she sees it makes me feel a lot better and I like doing it. So, and I think it's important for you to have a partner that does that. That's a great quality to look out for. They support you doing your work. They support you doing your job. As long as it's not you, let's say you're on your honeymoon for 10 days and you're working 12 hours a day, completely neglecting the honeymoon. Don't do that, obviously, but stay on top of things. It's important to stay on top of things, and I'm glad I did. So now that I'm back today, and I know it's Good Friday and every fucker's off, but I'm back today and I'm all caught up. Like, it's great. There's probably a couple emails that I need to get back to and stuff, a few updates that I need to do, but I'm very, very, very caught up. And if I wasn't, God knows the problems that would have left being unsolved for 10 days. Christ, like, that would have been bad. So, like, everything's fine in that sense. But this brings me on to the second point, and the mentality of behind it all. Now, because I achieved all those personal things, I still managed to, like secure another deal for a client, bring on a client and stuff this year, the first quarter, but I kind of toned it back business-wise. I really, really, really went in on my personal life for the first quarter. And although I'm extremely proud, and I genuinely could not be happier with all the outcomes that happened in my personal life, it's just a dream come true. Like, you're crazy, it's insane. I still feel like I haven't done enough. I've not done enough. I don't feel satisfied. I feel like there's still so much more I want to do. And I feel like that is because I took a step back from my business a little bit and just focused on what was going on, rather than, going crazy and doing talks and going all these crazy stuff. You probably saw on social media, I didn't really post on YouTube and Instagram and stuff. I didn't do all of that. So now I feel like I'm behind, even though I achieved so much. So I wonder, like, if you have ever had that feeling when you're doing so much, you still don't feel like it's enough. And it's something that I do struggle with. And I do try and acknowledge, like, I'm doing all these things, 5 years ago I had nothing, 3 years ago I moved down and I didn't have anything, 7 years ago I was drinking every weekend and I didn't have any purpose or any reason or anything like that. I'm trying to remember the progress, but still don't feel like it's enough, man. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's why I keep going and keep striving. But I wonder, I'm putting that question onto you. Have you ever been doing loads and and loads of people tell you you're doing loads, but you just feel like it's not enough, you're not scratching that itch, essentially? And the third thing is the strongest and weakest link. Now, my business has a lot of components, so it has like marketing and sales, client onboarding, finding projects for clients, so the conveyancing, architect, solicitor, broker, lender, structural engineer, interior designer, and then you got the build, so you got builder, party wall surveyor. There's a lot of components, it's like I'm the conductor of a huge orchestra, right? Now, what I have noticed is that if you have a weak link in that long chain of events, a long team, if you have a weak link, there's two bad things that can happen. First of all, your client gets severely negatively impacted, and it is very serious because they put a lot of trust into you and you've recommended a team, so they trust your team and they're paying you a fee, right? So they trust you, they trust your team. So when you have a team member that lets them down, it reflects really badly and they suffer financial loss and stress and time, and that's not what they signed up for. All right, now I know you can't eliminate all risk. Like, I cannot stop a good agent from turning bad, or good builder from turning bad, good architect from turning bad. I can't stop that, right? But it's also ultimately my responsibility to find a new one. Now, by being as strong as your weakest link, what I mean is that you can have perfect structural engineer, architect, builder, broker, solicitor, everything. You can have absolutely perfect, but if you have one of them that fucks up on a huge scale, they could lose the deal. They could lose by they I mean client. They could lose the deal. They could lose tens of thousands in the build costs. It can increase by that much. They could lose a lot of potential income by not getting tenants. There's a lot of things that have a severe outcome, and ultimately it reflects badly on you, and you lose business for one of usually two reasons, but there could be more. One, they don't trust you anymore. They just don't trust you anymore, and it's been that bad. Two, they have suffered a huge financial loss to the point that they don't want to do the strategy anymore. Both are absolutely reasonable outcomes for their behalf, on their end. That is absolutely their right to have those thoughts and feelings, right? Now, to prevent that, you've got to keep an eye on your team. If you see anyone fucking slacking, if you see anyone taking the piss, getting worse, it's up to you to prevent that. Or when the problem does happen, let's say you hire someone and they're electric and they become bad, it's up to you to identify that and present a solution to the client in order to stop that before it gets even worse. Now, my service cannot eliminate all risk. I can't stop I can't prevent everything, but I can identify it and manage it and take it on board and make sure it does not happen again, to the best of my ability, right? So if you are doing what I do, acknowledge that you are as strong as your weakest link, so choose carefully. Build people's portfolios like you would build your own portfolio. That's a little philosophy that I like to take on board, and you do take it 10 times as serious. A lot of people think, it's their portfolio, I don't care, I can get more clients. Don't have that. What I am doing is less clients, more projects. So say I've got 4 or 5 clients who want to do like 10, 15, 20 projects. That's what I want. That means repetitive customers, clients even. And in order for that to happen, I have to make sure my service is like glass and I'm removing any fucking sludge that's involved in it, right? You can tell that I'm pissed off. Right? For a first video back, I hope this was okay. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took something away from it. And I know it's a bit clunky and rusty, but we're getting back. And let's see what this year has in store. The next video, I am going to go over my Q2 goals and how you can set your quarterly goals. So you're setting up for Q2 properly, and then doing everything with intent and purpose and being in control and not leaving things up to chance and hope. All right, so if you want to see that, subscribe, hit the notification bell and like this video, and I'll see you in that one. All right.